Hello Matt, happy Easter. It is the 16th of April. Of course though, the Good Friday sort of Easter weekend this year has been renamed to Star Wars weekend, and this is going to be a very Star Wars oriented vlog, but I'm going to have to answer your question to, not be punished. So, yeah, I think if Reading do get promoted, no, I don't think Reading are going to get promoted. Let me just put it out there. I think we'll get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Because we don't really have the consistency. If we do make it up in the Premier League, I wouldn't be surprised to see us getting relegated again. And Tottenham next season, I don't really watch football nowadays. I don't really watch football nowadays. Sorry, I just don't really know really what any of their players are like. If I'm gonna guess, I think they'll only ever come like second. But what do I know? Anyway, yeah, and my question to you on the subject of Star Wars, what is your sort of knowledge of Star Wars? Like, you said you are sort of embarrassed to admit you haven't seen a lot of it. I mean, I don't know what a lot is. Have you seen the movies? And yeah, are you thinking about seeing them? Because I'd be surprised you don't want to see them, considering you're in media and these are like they're up there with Psycho and 2001 and Godfather is the most influential serious movies of all time. Yeah, be surprised if you say haven't got any plans to see them being in media. But of course, Star Wars Celebration was the key event over the past few days. And I just want to give my own little recap, not like what, Jeremy Johns or Collider videos will make in the next 2 days, about 40-minute solid compilations of the highlights, top 10 highlights and disappointments. I'm just going to throw out there a few of my highlights and personal disappointments. Haven't got many disappointments, but I'll name a few of them right now. Right, I want to start off with the disappointments. I'd say the biggest disappointment of it all, Rebels is ending. Star Wars Rebels, the first series I'll probably watch, will be the last. What Dave Filoni was saying about it, he didn't want it to just develop into just a merchandising fest, which I can completely sympathise with. All like TV shows that are like Rebels have gone on way too long. If you only do 4 series of Rebels, that's brilliant. And considering the characters are sort of reaching a climax at the end of Series 3, I think it's brilliant that they're ending it. But it is a bit of a disappointment because I've not really watched any of the series. I only really got into it at the very end of Series 3. So it's a bit of disappointment to me. Also, all the panels were pretty good, except the Billy D. Williams one. Now, Billy D. Williams is Lando Calrissian. But I'd say the whole panel that he had, I don't know, just something about the interview between him and Warwick Davis did seem a little bit flat. I don't know, just compared to everyone the other panels they had, it just felt really wooden, and it didn't help that on the live stream I could hear the stage directions being given because they didn't adjust the audio channels correctly. So thanks for that, production team. Luckily that didn't happen at any of the better panels, but that's a bit of a disappointment. And one final disappointment, the Han Solo movie didn't get enough love. It was mentioned a few times, but it could have been mentioned a bit more considering it is only 13 months until it comes out. It feels way longer than that because of how much they talked about it. Not a lot. Probably they talked about Rogue One before Force Awakens came out way more than they talked about Han Solo movie before Last Jedi comes out. But yeah, now on to the highlights in my opinion. Of course, the whole 40th anniversary panel to open it all up with obviously Dave Filoni and then Ian McDermott, Hayden Christensen and the original cast: Mark Hamill, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, and George Lucas there, ever present. I did talk about that in my Thursday vlog, but I still want to put it out there how Harrison Ford made a surprise appearance, and that tribute to Carrie Fisher they had, and the John Williams orchestrations there. It was like brilliant start to the whole thing. Of course, Battlefront 2. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what day it was. I think it was probably Thursday. I don't know. The trailer was leaked. So I already knew. I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't watch the leaked trailer. I wanted to get the full experience. Thanks though to recommended videos that had thumbnails displaying Darth Maul on them, I sort of knew what it was going into it. Thank you, spoilers. But yeah, I still, what they say in Battlefront 2, it sounds a lot similar to the original Battlefront games, how they're having classes rather than customizable star card hands, and a single player game mode, which I think they're overrating it a bit in the original Battlefront, the single player game mode, because it was literally just scrambled together in like maybe a few weeks. Like they were like, all we got in single player Battlefront 2 is instant action, which is good, but we want a story, so let's just scramble together a few of the maps, change up a bit and get a clone narration. So they're overrating it a bit, but I think the lack of a real single player game mode in the new Battlefront was a bit lacking when I lost connection to the server, so it'll be pretty nice to play. And considering they're going for a new perspective on the whole single player thing with controlling the a commander in the Empire after the second Death Star's blown up, brilliant idea. And I don't know, the game itself, the trailer looks pretty good. The I like the original, well, the originals, I like the originals. I like the Battlefront 2015. And I'm going to look forward to November when Battlefront 2 comes out. Definitely going to get it day one. The cosplay championship was very good. There were only a couple of, in the whole thing, there were only about 2 cosplayers who were just laughably bad. And when I say laughably bad, I mean just bad. Probably way better than I could ever do. Just put it that way. The best I could ever do is like one of those Obi-Wan plastic masks. But nah, it was really good. The creativity they go into and the whole, just showing fans love for the whole thing. It's just brilliant. And they all showed their love. Brilliant cosplayers. Yeah, great panel. Well, great event. And of course, the obvious inclusions of the panels of Ray Park, Ian McDiarmid, Anthony Daniels and Mark Hamill. They're always there at Celebration. Ray Park, despite having the smallest role as Darth Maul, not even the voice, just the physicality of it, like really humble person, really into Star Wars himself. Ian McDiarmid as the Emperor, obviously, he could talk forever about his character and the amount of influence he's had. Anthony Daniels and Warwick Davis have brilliant chemistry, and whenever they're in a panel, you're always going to guarantee to laugh your head off. And Hamill himself, even in his panel, when you could tell he's been talking solid for the last 3 days, so his voice is so raw and he's got such a sore throat, but he still manages to hook me in my seat for like the whole hour during his panel with just the amount of stories he's got to tell. I swear, he's got more stories to tell than Dexter Jettster, and that's saying something. And I'm sure there's a few things that I'm missing out on, but obviously the overall highlight of the whole celebration was the Last Jedi panel. And let me tell you, thank God they kept everyone's lips shut about it. That bloody whole panel building up and revealing small details, having a few pictures from set that Rian Johnson took, interviewing a few of the cast members. Bit of a disappointment that John Boyega didn't get to talk that much. But you know, Karen building up, introducing Kelly Marie Tran as the new cast member. Yeah, I'm open to that. Was expecting Benicio del Toro to appear, but I'm cool with having a new actress and that. And it was building up, and then Rian Johnson said, "We're gonna have a teaser poster," which again looks really good. But we all knew there's a trailer coming, and at the very end he was literally like, he just gave up and he said, "Of course there's a trailer," which I was like, oh, thank God. And then a trailer came up, and yeah. It is so tough for them to make a trailer bad for The Last Jedi. Let's just put it out there. They would have to do so much to mess it up, and well, obviously they did. Obviously, it's the freaking Star Wars trailers. Nowadays they're guaranteed to succeed, and this one is generating as much hype as the first Force Awakens teaser is, and the amount of intrigue and shots they have in it is just generating so much buzz for the whole experience. December 15th, I think it is, it comes out. I'm going to be there, day one. Don't even care about what anyone says beforehand, but just make sure that nothing is leaked like Battlefront 2. Because that was a bit of a disappointment, Battlefront 2, but hopefully Last Jedi, the lips are kept even more sealed, and we can have brilliant reveal on December 15th. Right, so that's my little recap of some of the highlights of Celebration, and thanks for watching the vlog, Matt. Probably didn't make a lot of relevance to you, this whole talking about Star Wars thing, but yeah, thanks for watching the vlog, and I'll see you on Wednesday.